Hey, you. Thanks for stopping by. I have been on a journey and you haven't heard from me for a while, and I want to be as transparent as I can be. But I realize that everything that we go through is always for us. And it's taken me a while to figure out how this is all for me. And I just wanted to share this with you. And the topic of today's newsletter is reviving. What does it take to revive, reignite, reengage our life force, our passion, our dreams? Something that I've noticed at being in this um, personal growth and development now for 30 years is that there are waves. There's waves where we like, da, and then we hit the next version of the rocks. Then we go for another wave, and it's all taking us somewhere. It's all for us. And something that I have been going through, but I also see that it's very much, I feel like a lot of people are in this place right now because personal growth has now kind of been vetted a bit, right? It's like we're first personal growth stuff started coming out around 40 years ago. I got in near the front of that wave, and now we've tested it. And I think that there's a lot of people who are disillusioned, a lot of people who hired the coaches, did the workshops, read the books, and your life still isn't feeling like what you want it to be. Or maybe you gave it a go. Maybe those things inspired you and you tried to bring something into being and you didn't feel like it went where you wanted it to go. So it's being counted as a failure in here. Um, and the thing about it is that the true transformation cannot be sped up. You're going to get woke when you're supposed to get woke. It doesn't matter how much you meditate, how many ayahuasca ceremonies you do, that your evolution is going to happen exactly as it's designed to. We do those things. We hire the coach. Go to the workshops because it's the next thing. Not because we're broken, not because we need fixed, because that's the next evolution for us. And we can get a little bit wonky with that, meaning that we can get to a sense of understanding that actually it's all okay. We're completely whole. We don't need to change a thing. We don't need to do anything, which is true. But a lot of people, they stop expressing purpose at that point. They stop trying to help the world or serve the world. They've gone into isolation with their wholeness, which is not the point. The point is that as we evolve, we share that evolution with each other. We're all in this field of shared evolution, and your growth matters. Who you are matters. Putting something into the world that your heart says to put into the world, it matters, regardless of how many likes or how many comments you get, because you're putting it into the field. And somebody somewhere is going to grab that energy from the field and it's going to help them one day, regardless of anything else. I feel like in my heart, and since I was a little girl, that I was here to make a really big difference. And I think in my head, I thought that meant affecting millions of people. And I think a lot of people would really, really love my level of impact. I've probably impacted directly 10 to 20,000 people and then all the people that they impact. I've had an impact. But recently I've been like, does it matter? Do I matter? Does any of it matter? Right? Um, because personal growth and development has become so ego based. And it's actually quite sad to me in a certain way. But I also understand that what's right about that, right? There's going to be a balancing of all of that because as soon as you connect the growth of consciousness to some kind of target or goal, and I have to get there, it's problematic. It gets messy because that's attaching ego to consciousness. It's attaching ego to your spirit. It's going to get all twisty loo hoo. We meditate or do qigong or whatever it is that we do so that we can create a state of frequency where we're the most likely to connect to consciousness, to spirit, to be able to heal and grow and share and be in social engagements, to be able to contribute, right? But it's not because we were broken. It's not because we need to fix something. Now, some of you get that, right? But the other stuck bit is I'm already whole and complete, and I don't need to do anything else. Well, you're an infinite being, and you're always growing, and there's always more. There's always going to be more. So I started to get tired, and I realized that I disengaged. I disengaged because I just was so disappointed. And I've been through this process. There was a point in 2019 that I was kind of fuck it. And I almost died. And some of you maybe saw that email. And that was, I think it was an unconscious death wish. I wasn't trying to die, but I took myself to almost dying. And ever since then, I've been slowly reviving myself, slowly bringing myself back to life, and slowly looking at, what do I have to contribute? Do I matter? And there was certain things that I was able to achieve and certain things that I wasn't. And I felt like a failure because I wasn't able to achieve those things. And so I gave up on myself a little bit. And I went, okay, that's probably not going to happen for me. And the way dreams die sometimes is really, really subtle. We just get tired. I just go, oh yeah, I don't have energy for that. I guess where I'm at is fine. Like there's these little quiet settling things. For me, it wasn't like, oh, I failed at this big thing and now I can't. Like I've had a lot of success. A lot of people would be happy to fail as big as me, right? But for me and for what my dreams and desires were and what I've been given visions in my life that are like so big, and I'm like, what does that mean? And how can I possibly? And I realized that the reason that I hadn't achieved it till now is that I hadn't really allowed consciousness and spirit to work with me. My dreams are way bigger than anything I can do on my own and by myself. So I started asking for support. And out of that, some things that relate to you happened. One of them is that I now have a team of people that are helping me grow my business and grow my impact. And I'm so excited for that because so speaking of reviving, I want to revive this newsletter. I want it to be more meaningful and more impactful. But if you know me, I give everything to every workshop, to every client that comes, to every program I do. I pour energy into the people that are showing up because I desire so much to help. And I know that so much is more possible than what we have experienced so far. What is ahead is so much greater than what's behind. You got to like make what's behind you your X and figure out what's next. Okay. That is vital right now. And we've got to heal and reframe the past to partially to re-engage. But as I started asking for help, as I started letting spirit, essence, I call it G, grace, God, goddess, as I started asking for help, I started feeling this sort of gentle renewal. And then I started to attract people to help me on my team. So where that has to do with you is that I haven't always had enough bandwidth to market or to do newsletters or to run groups where I'm putting out content, right? Because all of my energy goes into serving who's in front of me. And so I've been super inconsistent with these newsletters. And with the help, I now have enough help that I can create some consistent conversations with you. And I'm so excited for that. Because ultimately, whether you ever hire me or come to any workshop or read any of my books, what I hope is that I can contribute to you, that I can help you say, keep going when you want to give up. Hey, there's more in front of you than is behind you. I don't care if you're 90. There is more in front of us than is behind us. Always. I want to inspire. I want to contribute. I want to add something to your world, regardless of whether you show up anywhere in my trainings or anything, because I'm here to contribute. And now I have a way to do that more consistently. And I'm so excited. Having a team is one of the things that I gave up on because it just felt like as a solopreneur, I didn't have the resources to have a team, to all kinds of things. The advent of ChatGTP has really helped to do some of the mundane things that I'm not good at, and having people to help me with that. I feel like I've finally dialed in a team that can really support me in making sure that I stay connected with you, that making sure that the things that are coming through me come out of me and that they don't just sit in my journal time. And you guys have to know, I have literally dozens and dozens of journal with insights and downloads that I've never shared because number one, I wasn't sure I mattered. And number two, it just felt so overwhelming. And I didn't want to overwhelm you either. So I am going to be coming in more regularly. I'm going to call it mostly Mondays. I'm going to have some video or communication or newsletter on Mondays. My intention is not to pummel your inbox. I know that's happening a lot out there. It is not my intention. When I'm going to be promoting something, I'll probably be in the inbox a little bit more. But I want to contribute to you. I want to start a conversation. And I would love your input. I would love for you to respond to these, to tell me your thoughts, to tell me your feelings, to tell me what you'd like me to talk about. Let's start a conversation. And I'm going to be here more consistently because I've got the support to do that. Yay! So, it's amazing what happens. I didn't realize that I had made it up that I didn't have the resources to have the team that I wanted. And I realized that it wasn't about that. It was that I needed to learn how to receive help and that I needed to acknowledge that the thing I'm here to do is so much bigger than me. And I need a lot of help and I need to start asking for it. And that was really big for me, kids, because like growing up, my survival depended on not needing anything from anybody. And so it's been a really big transition to say, help, like help. And that's part of what has revived me. That's part of what's bringing me back online as I realize that I just can't do it by myself. And I'm here to do something much larger and bigger than I can possibly do by myself. So if you got this far in the transcript or the video, thank you. Thank you for listening. And I'll be back next Monday, mostly.